Audio Jungle.
Pastor killed in Cassava Peace gun attack. A man was gunned down in Cassava Peace, St. Andrew. He has been identified by his alias Pastor. He is said to be a well-known associate of an entertainer from the community. Reporters understand that the deceased is no stranger to the police. He was recently charged with murder and is out on bail, a condition of which included reporting to the police. A source told reporters that he has last reported to the Content Spring Police on Thursday. It is reported that about 11 a.m., residents heard explosions and summoned the police. On arrival, the man was seen lying in blood. He died at the scene. Police are putting measures in place to prevent a reprisal. Up to February 17, the St. Andrew North Police Division recorded 2 murders, a 50% decline year-on-year. Police recovered gun following shootout at bar in Spanish Town. The St. Catherine North Police on Saturday recovered a gun following a shootout at a bar in Spanish Town. A man who was found suffering from gunshot wounds following the shooting is in hospital on the police guard. The police report that about 2:35 a.m., lawmen acting on information conducted an operation at a local bar. On the arrival of the team, they were greeted with gunfire. When the shooting subsided, a man was seen with gunshot wounds to his leg. Further checks were made in the area and a 9mm pistol was recovered at the intersection of St. John's Road and Valdez Road. The man was transported to hospital where he was admitted. Bunting alarmed about implications for Jamaica arising from worsening security situation in Haiti. Concern is being raised by the implication of Jamaica's security in light of a worsening crime situation in neighboring Haiti. It follows reports that armed gangsters recently stormed the main prison in Haiti capital, releasing many inmates. According to journalists in Haiti, the vast majority of about 4,000 men held there have now escaped. Opposition spokesperson on national security here in Jamaica, Senator Peter Bunting, says particular attention must be paid to this development. He says there has been an active relationship between criminal gangs in Haiti and Jamaica, with a well-established trafficking route between the two countries. Mr. Bunting is suggesting that greater investment being made in onshore intelligence to assist the police in intercepting persons who seek to enter the country illegally. New Mocha Council says voters rejected tribal politics. Newly minted People's National Party Council-elect for the Mocha Division in Clarendon North Central, Romain Morris, said his victory in last week's local government elections proved Jamaicans are moving away from tribal politics. Morris had won the seat on the Jamaica Labour Party ticket in 2016, but crossed the floor to the PNP in January, following a fallout with the Member of Parliament Robert Nesta Morgan. On February 8, nomination day, people in the division said they would vote for Morris regardless of the party he's aligned with, and this was proven to be true on Monday. Speaking to reporters following Monday's election, Morris said, "People want real representation. People now are exploring. What can you do for us if you have our best interests at heart? Persons don't want to support a system that is tribal." He added, "I think the days of die-hearted politics, even on the part of supporters and representatives themselves, are behind us. Die-hearted politics has cost Jamaica a significant amount of damage over the years." Explaining the damage he believes has been caused by tribal politics, Morris said, "This has been evident in the low voter turnout for the past 5 elections as confidence in the country's political representatives have been decreasing each year." Following the election, Electoral Commission of Jamaica reported that approximately 29.6% of an electorate numbering more than 2 million not registered voters had cast ballot, which is a slight decline from the 30.6% for 2016. Persons saying they won't be voting, and I think it has been declining for the past 5 or 6 elections. There is a constant trend of low voter turnout. That is something that some political party has to look at and examine and see how best they can attract these persons, because something is wrong with the model that they are using now, Morris stated. Nevertheless, the council-elect said he feels very appreciated by the people he represents in the Mocha Division. "They recognize my dedication to them. I feel extra special, and I really respect the Mocha people even more to know that they can recognize talent, because persons always say the seat is for a die-hearted GLP seat, and when you realize that persons actually move away from the traditional party to follow another person, you have to say yes to them, because now they know what they really want," he said. Mocha is one of the divisions that have proven to Jamaica that the diehardedness is fading out and persons now can vote on the merit of performance and what you do bring to the table. I think the conversation is starting now, and it started in Moko, a good place for it to start, he noted. Looking to hit the ground running towards the development of his division, Morris said he intends to ramp up some new ideas that have shelved for some time, including the well-known problem of the bad roads that he said has plagued the era, as well as social interventions. Additionally, he insisted that despite the differences he had with MP Morgan, he will lend his support with any of his projects that have the people's best interests at heart. Thousands of public servants restive over wage concerns. Thousands of public service workers are reported restive due to the delay in wage talk with the finance minister. The Jamaica Civil Service Association's JCSA says there are several outstanding matters with the ministry yet to be addressed. Key among them are matters related to the compensation review and wage abnormalities. Speaking with reporters, President of the JCSA, Clark Griffiths, says scores of members are on edge as the association has been able to secure a meeting with the minister. She says members of the JCSA will take action if their concerns are not addressed.
We stand in solidarity with the Confederation, that particular matter in relation to dealing with the outstanding matters under the compensation restructuring, the anomalies, the issues relating to increments and contract workers. All those matters have been discussed with the Ministry of Finance, and we were waiting on the ministry to conclude those matters, and to date we can't get a meeting. So we have no choice but to issue that to the Ministry of Finance. And of course, my 30,000 from the Jamaica Civil Service Association is ready to act if the ministry doesn't respond. And we want to be sorted out as public sector workers. So we are indeed very restive.
Sentence delayed for a convicted killer of reggae girl Tarania Clark. Courtney Rowe, attorney at law representing Russell Foster, the woman found guilty of manslaughter for the 2019 stabbing death of reggae girls midfielder Tarania Plum Plum Clark, wants his client to receive a non-custodial sentence in the matter. The 23-year-old national footballer, who was also the captain of the Waterhouse Football Club's women's team, was stabbed with a knife during a dispute over a cellular phone in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew on October 31, 2019. Foster was originally scheduled for a sentencing last Thursday at the Home Circuit Court, but given references and suggestions from Rowe that a non-custodial sentence be levied, Justice Pusey delayed the sentencing until March 15. I am asking that in your deliberation of the sentence, that you look to the lower end of the spectrum and start certainly at a lower range and lower starting point. When you look at the social inquiry report, it indicates that she was brought up in a nuclear family. She had good upbringing, Rose said, of which the judge interrupted by saying, "I've read the report." The report indicated that I'd like you to take into great consideration that she recognized the impact and consequences of the offense. Ms. Foster is not one to be considered a contract with negative peers or criminal associates. Ms. Foster is stated as being literate, employed, and skill-trained, and I ask that you find that she is someone that can be and is fit to be considered someone possible for rehabilitation, he said. Rose said the foreman, who stood on behalf of the judges of the facts, indicated that the jury did not find the Foster have any intention to kill Clark, thus his request for her to get a least possible sentencing. If for the offense of manslaughter, which I'm saying is guideline references as voluntary manslaughter, the starting point is 5 years, I ask that your lordship, in considering a sentence, start with a lower range, given that the verdict is really that of non-voluntary manslaughter based on the utterances of the foreman on behalf of the jury, he said. We will then continue with his arguments in favor of rehabilitation for the offender. I also ask that in seeking to promote retribution, deterrence, prevention, and rehabilitation, your lordship gives credence to the words of the Justice of Appeal, MacDonald Bishop, where she emphasized the need for the sentencing judge to keep in mind the objective of sentencing against the background of the nature of the seriousness of the offense, the circumstances surrounding its commission, and the personal consequences of the offender, Rose stated. Miss Rachel Foster was tried before the court for the offense of murder. She was found not guilty of murder but instead of manslaughter. I'm confident that your lordship, in pronouncing the sentence, will give thought to the sentencing guidelines for judges of the Supreme Court and the Parish Court, he said. He said the starting point based on the guidelines is usually 5 years. When Roe questioned the judge as to why there would be a delay given that Thursday was the scheduled date for the sentencing, Pusey said, "Mr. Roe, you mentioned law. You had particulars you referred to. You would not expect me not to just consider them seriously, and it means if I consider them seriously, I will take some time to consider them." Prior to the discussion, Roe called on a witness, paralegal clerk Maureen Jonas Lynch, a little after a minute from the start of the proceedings and before he started his plea, of which the judge agreed to hear for 6 minutes, but only 4 minutes were used. Lynch testified that she knows Foster from she was born. "I don't have any challenge with her, and she's growing up in the community. We have never had a challenge, violence, or any bad way with her," Lynch stated. She noted that she was aware of the offense Foster has been found guilty of, and when she asked about the conviction, it was really a sad occasion for the family. "Nobody in the family has ever had this challenge, and it was really sad. She is not a bad person, it's just an unfortunate situation that happened," Lynch stated. She asked the court to have some leniency on her, saying that she is not a violent person. Following her testimony, Foster was asked to stand in the prisoner's dock, where it was reiterated to her that she was found guilty on January 18, and she was asked if she had anything to say, of which she indicated to decline. Prior to standing and during the proceedings, the young woman repeatedly shook her left leg while wearing a mask, fashionable tigered print glasses, white blouse, blue jeans, and burgundy scarf, and a single-part scream hairstyle caught in a ponytail. The Social Inquiry Report on Foster, dated February 26, 2024, forms part of the records and purposes of sentencing. Also, the antecedent report of Foster, which confirmed that she has no previous convictions, done on January 8, 2024. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.